of Gorilla Position. This is one I know a lot of you are very excited about. Loads of social media engagement over this one. Lunatic Fringe Dean Ambrose on WWE 2K16, his career turning heel, working with Roman again, and of course commenting on his behind-the-scenes relationship with the amazing Renee Young. Here's Dean Ambrose in the Gorilla Position.
This is Gorilla Position from Talk Sport.
The man, the legend, Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose. How are you tonight?
I'm pretty good, just being a legend here at 2K16 party. A lot of energy in the room. 2K16 is being previewed to the world for the first time, and it's the biggest game they've ever put out. More characters available, the biggest roster, the most features, the most options. So, it's a kind of a hush-hush thing. It's like sharing, new nuclear secrets with like the UN or something, you know what I mean? Because we can't let this information quite get out to the world yet because 2K16 is going to be so big it's going to be like an explosion. So this is kind of like the precursor to it.
So it's that big, it's that important?
Yeah, man, I mean, we put so much effort into this game, as you'll see when it comes out. The 2K16 guys are geniuses. They make everybody, everybody from the guy in the first match to the main event guys to the guys on NXT, everybody is captured perfectly. It's like they take your brain and your soul and they put it right there on the game, and they don't everything from the lights and the cage. Oh, it looks like Monday Night Raw. It's like you're watching Monday Night Raw, but you're controlling what happens on the screen. And, it's just it's the most realistic wrestling game you'll ever see in your life.
We just saw from some footage. It looks pretty amazing. You've touched on a few elements, what makes it different. But these games get released every year. What makes this particularly special? What can fans expect from the 2K16 incarnation?
Yeah, it's like, if you get these, if you're a big video game person, you get the new ones every year. I would think, you'd eventually start thinking, what can they possibly add in to make this any better? Yeah, eventually, like, the bubble is going to burst, you know what I mean? Like, this somehow still is an even bigger roster than they've ever had. You can literally play as anybody from any era against anybody from today. There's downloadable features, and they got the supercard game to go with it, which is a whole another game. And the big thing this year is you can play through the career mode of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And a lot of new fans. I was just thinking about this earlier. I mean, a lot of new fans who are younger, like the kids and stuff, they probably aren't even that familiar with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He's been away a while now.
Yeah, but luckily with like technology and the WWE Network and everything, these new fans can learn the decades and decades of WWE history, and kind of a whole new generation of Steve Austin fans can come around. Maybe 20 years from now, you can be able to play as the Dean Ambrose career mode, which will probably be very short. But like,
no.
So it's an interesting. It's just an interesting thing. It's just like this whole interactive, like, WWE experience, so it's cool.
And talk to me about the cover star Steve Austin for a bit. I see a lot of Steve Austin in you, in the fact that you're a bit, you don't care, your character doesn't care what anyone thinks, you're a bit anti-establishment. Do you take a lot of inspiration from Stone Cold?
I mean, no, I don't really take any direct inspiration from anybody. I just, like, what I am and what I do and how I do things is just like, that's the sum total, the good and the bad and the ugly of just 20-some years of life and 10 years of experience I had before I ever got here. And just like, for the good and the bad, it's just, this is what I am and what I do, and I'm not going to try to be anything different for anybody else. So, if you like it, cool. If you don't, like, well, whatever, you know what I mean? So, but I get that. I don't think there's any, I don't think anybody's confusing me and Stone Cold Steve Austin ever. I think I see a lot more differences there than similarities. But, he has a don't care attitude. I have a don't care attitude. And, that's the thing that all, successful people in wrestling and in life have, So, and we both like to drink beer.
And, one similarity I see is obviously the crowd reactions are pretty similar. You're getting very over with the fans at the moment. Let's talk about your career a bit, the kind of stage you are with your career. You're teaming with Roman this Sunday at SummerSlam. What's next for Lunatic Fringe?
I don't know, man. Like, you never know what's around the corner, and you never... I think at this point, WWE has realized that another Dean Ambrose isn't going to walk through the door anytime soon.
Yeah.
So I'm a pretty valued member of the team, so to speak. And, I never try to look too far ahead, because then you'll miss today. We live in this world where, it's like everybody's too busy taking pictures of the sunset to stop and enjoy the sunset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're too busy trying to figure out what hashtag to put under hashtag sunset and show a bunch of other people. And everybody's just looking ahead and looking forward and, worrying too much about what people think. And, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's just nice to stop and smell the roses. And this Sunday, I'm going to enjoy every minute that I have in the ring with the Wyatts. Some of my favorite opponents ever, because we just bring out so much aggression and intensity.
Great chemistry.
And the chance to team with one of the best partners I've ever had. I haven't had that many partners. And a guy that I love just being in the ring with, working together with, a guy who, from opponents and partners and all of us together, and it's just like it's something we've done a million times, but every time it's fun and it's awesome, and it's like to be able to do it on a stage like SummerSlam and just to have that like Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose versus the Wyatts, and there's an expectation there now, and it's not like we're trying to. I mean, we're always trying to prove something, but it's not like it's our first day on the block. Now where this means something now. When you say the Wyatt family versus like Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, there's weight behind that now, and that's enjoyable to us. So we're going to go out there and try to do more than we've ever done, and try to hit a new level. You know what I mean? Try to, because every single night, whether it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, because we're wrestling 300 nights a year. If it's any combination of Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Luke Harper, our whole crew of guys, we're going to give we don't take any nights off, because there's a work ethic there that's developed between partners and opponents, and a pride in there's like pride to like Wyatt's Shield, you know what I mean, and a level of commitment to quality there, you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm kind of going off on a bit of a rant, but you know what I mean.
Sure,
Bottom line is, I'm excited for SummerSlam.
Well, so are we, and we're excited to see you with Roman again. It looks like you guys are really having fun out there. And talk about your friendship with Roman. It's lovely seeing you guys together. I personally would love to see a bit of a heel run from Dean Ambrose. What do you prefer, face or heel, if you could choose?
I mean, if the fans are cheering for me, cool. If they're not, don't care. Brooklyn may cheer Roman Reigns, they may boo him. He does not care. And I kind of feel the same way, even though I'm a bit of a national treasure and beloved worldwide. Still,
worldwide, definitely.
We just do what we do, and see what
As long as they're making noise, right?
Yeah, I mean, we live in a shade of gray,
Now, just finally, I'm genuinely not one to ask performers about their personal lives, but I feel I can ask you this, because I've interviewed your lovely girlfriend, Renee Young, a couple of times. She opened up to me about your relationship for the first time ever, I believe, to the media. I was just wondering how a relationship with a WWE talent is. How do you manage life on the road? Is it tough?
You can see Renee Young.
Where's that?
In WWE 2K16.
Is she in the game as well?
Oh, yeah. So
didn't even realize that.
It's going to be a big hot seller.
I'm sure, for that reason only.
I may play as Renee Young.
Yeah.
Or I may play against Renee Young.
So how is life on the road for you two? Is it tough to maintain a relationship?
No, I mean, I wouldn't be with anything less than the optimal, most beautiful, most tremendous girl in the world. And, she's far too good for me. But it's far too late, and I've got my claws sunk into her now, and she can't go anywhere. So,
I tried telling her that, but she wasn't having it. She thinks you're pretty special.
Yeah. I mean, would a girl like that?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
would a girl like that want to be with anything but the legendary Dean Ambrose?
Absolutely not.
So, it's going to work.
Absolutely. Well, listen, thanks so much. Have a great evening. See you soon.
1, 2, 3.
There you have it. for all the fangirls who flat out called Renee Young a liar after her interviews with me back in March and April. Dean has now confirmed it. There is no disputing the fact that her and Dean Ambrose